Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Become an Author podcast. I'm Jesse Bowen, one of your co-hosts. I'm here with Natalie McQueen, and we want to talk to you today about a special topic on how to build a strong platform for your publishing, getting your book out. But before we get into that, what we want to do is share a little bit about who we are and the companies that we sort of merged together here, and that is Elite Publications. Go to our website. We have a brand new website. It's really exciting to cruise through it, but you can go there and check it out, and that's elitepublications.org, www.elitepublications.org, and we do everything. If it's done in publishing, we now do that. And of course, we have Natalie, which was Gifts of Legacy, and she's our International Director of Bestsellers. So Natalie, give some information. How can people get in contact with you?
Absolutely. Well, I am refreshing my website as we speak. So that will be giftsoflegacy.us. But in the meantime, you can reach out to me by email, giftsoflegacy@gmail.com. And we have some amazing things coming up with our new My Talking Journal. So we'll be talking about that for a little bit.
Well, everyone wants to get their book out. I was at a great event this past weekend. It was a women's empowerment event, and had a chance to talk with a lot of authors, new authors, people that are writing their books, people that have already published books. And one of the key things that I was asked about was, marketing, building, what is a platform? What do I need to do? They understand the message they want to get out. They can get it published. But the next big question is, can I get people to read my book? And the more people read your book, then the more profit your book brings in. And that's one of the reasons you write a book. You want people to read your book. Now, you can put it out there, almost for free. Even Amazon won't allow you to put it up there for free. They do have a free Kindle when you first launch, but you want people to read your book. But the question is, how do I get those people there? So, Natalie, I'm going to let you kick off on building a strong platform here.
Absolutely. So you're so right. It is so essential when you're marketing your book before it's even written to start talking about your book. And there's easy ways, there's free ways, and there's paid ways. And both Jessie and I have very effective strategies that help our authors get visible. And the number one thing is you must start your own author platform. If you don't have anyone's contact information, how are you going to tell your readers you've got another book coming out? So it's really a good idea to have some kind of a system that you invite people in, and maybe you put a chapter out of your book with a page, we call it a capture page, that says, hey, I'm so excited you came to visit my website, my landing page. If you would like a free chapter of my upcoming book, put your information here and we will send it out to you. And that way they can get on your list and they can get the updates of when your book's coming out. If you have a book special, there's a lot of ways to do that. And then when you're on social media, invite them to go get that free chapter and put that link in there. So you're using advertising that your book is coming into list building and gathering all those amazing people that can become your raving fans.
Well, when we talk about list building, that is crucial. Sort of think of it as the more people that follow me because of the work that I'm doing, that allows me to be able to grow and develop. And this is the way you develop your business, your online business. If you're an author, you are in business. If you sell books on Amazon, you got to put your social security number in. You're going
Right.
to be taxed on it. You are a business. So one of the key things you think about, you say, well, I don't want to, that's a lot of work. Okay, let's just say, for an example, you have a 5,000 name list. That's 5,000 people that have, have gone to your website, subscribe, and you have to do things to get there. So you're not there now. And a lot of people that I talk to, especially about social media, and I'll ask that question, how many social media friends do I have? Well, I have 800, I have 600. You can get up to 5,000 friends on your social media page, but you can actually begin to build, as Natalie said, give a free chapter of your book. You can have people to interact with you and sign up for a contest for your cover reveal.
Yes.
But think about the monetary side of it. Let's say, for an example, I build a list, and let's say I have 2,000 people on my list. And Natalie comes to me and says, well, Jessie, I've got this project that I'm doing. Could you send out an email? Okay, so I have this 2,000. Natalie has 2,000. And then she goes over to someone else. They've got that's 6,000 people. Now, just imagine that Natalie says, well, I'm going to give my book away for $1. So now if Natalie's book is really good and our lists are really good for what Natalie's book is for, you see, that's 6,000 people. Now, hopefully that Natalie has, 2,000 of those people would want to buy her $1 book. So in that one mailing that Natalie sends out, that's a possible $2,000 of revenue on Natalie's ebook. And that ebook is something that she's selling over and over again. So you see, there are many ways to be able to monetize. So think about that you have an ebook and you now have a good list and you have partners. So I remember that analogy is that I've got 6,000 people, and if I have a good product and if I've got good lists, there's a possibly between 2,000 or 1,000 those people would buy that $1 book that's contained great information that Natalie has. So that's just one way in why you should optimize your website so you can have opt-in so people can follow you if you are doing a good job.
And guess what, Jessie?
What's that?
All of those 6,000 people probably have a friend or two.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, so that's the fun part as well, is invite them to invite their friends and families to come and see what you're doing. And you can run a little contest. You can do a newsletter. A newsletter could even feature some other authors. If they like your book, it may be similar to someone else in the same genre. So why not feature that other author in your newsletter? Write a blog about, why you wrote your book. I think you brought this up already, a cover reveal. Do you like this cover or this cover when you're just creating them? And then when you decide, do a cover reveal. Make the journey exciting, make people want to come along with you. And as you get closer to your book launch, invite people to be on your launch team. So there's lots of ways by utilizing, first of all, building that email list with that free product. It doesn't have to be a chapter in your book. It could be if you're a coach or a business person and you have another really good resource that goes along in the same separate or subject area as your book. You don't, if your book is about, say, happiness and your business is about, fixing cars, those readers probably won't love the 10 top tips of fixing your car. Make sure that they go together. And then once you build that list, love on those people, give them value, give them more information, keep them feeling like they are an important part of making your book launch important and exciting, and that you need their support.
And Natalie, I know for myself, like I said, with 5,000 friends on my personal page, I'm always trying to direct them to my author's page. And that's what you really want to do is you've got a Facebook page, which you keep a lot of your personal things on. And then you have an author's page, which you talk about your book and a lot of different things there. So getting those people now to come to your author's page. And as you said before, just like we're in this podcast, we are promoting elite publications, but we're also promoting Gifts of Legacy, so that we work together, but we still have our own outside things that we do that you now find partnerships.
Right.
Now, let's say, for example, that if you're that person and you got a great book and you want people to help you promote it, then there's an affiliate program. I love affiliate programs because, affiliate programs, people that promote our books also earn revenue, so affiliate programs. Yeah.
I love
in fact, I'm on a couple of affiliate programs with Natalie, and that I helped support some of the projects has going on, and some of her friends that they're doing. So there's a lot of different ways that you can actually build your list. So if you want to become an author, remember, you want to share the story. You don't want to become an author, then keep the book to yourself. You want to become an author because you want to share it. Unless it's one of those bucket list things.
Right.
If you wrote a book and it doesn't matter to you if someone reads it or not.
Yeah. And have that mindset of abundance, right? Don't be worried that if you put somebody else's book that's in the same genre, that they're going to go buy their book and not yours. If they do, oh well, and you help that other author. But guess what? Most people read more than one book, so they'll probably buy your book and that book. So I love the affiliate relationships and just lifting other people that are doing the same thing or similar to you, because I feel the more exposure and when you work together with those people, you touch and impact even more people. So our next point is talking about leveraging your book reviews. And this is a tough one because everyone gets so excited. They launch their book and they're selling some books, and then they forget to ask anyone to do reviews. So what I would say is that's another reason to put together that strong launch team, that they understand the benefits of the book reviews, that Amazon, the more reviews you have, they'll showcase your book even more. So make sure that you can even give them a copy of your book before, but then they must go buy the ebook or print or both on Amazon to get an Amazon approved review. And just let them know once the book is live, they can go in and buy it and leave that review, because it's very important and it helps other readers. I'm like that. When I'm shopping on Amazon, I look at the product, I read about it, then I go to the reviews and I read all the 5s, 4s, and 3s. A lot of times the 1s and 2s, they're just not happy about anything and they like to complain. So I like kind of the middle, and you learn things. And I have a really short story about I'm in a publisher's mastermind group. And these guys, I've learned so much over the years. And the one publisher said, make sure that you are reading your own reviews. And some authors are afraid to, because they're like, what if someone doesn't like my book? And that's okay. There will be someone out there that doesn't like your book, and that's okay. They don't need to read it. But you will learn if someone says something like, and this is what happened to this gentleman, he did a music book And at the very back of the book, the last 2 or 3 pages, he did blank music staffs. And people loved writing the music. And so in the comments, someone said, I love your book. It's great. I wish there were more blank pages to write my music with the music staffs. And he said, huh, that sounds like a product. And so he created an entire same cover as that. So it kind of went as a partnered book. And the entire thing was blank staffs for people to write their music in. And do you know he generates about $15,000 a year on that blank book? And he got it from a review. So don't be afraid if someone says, I wish this, or, I didn't really like this part, or it was confusing. Take that as open feedback and assess, does that make sense to you? Could you make that change? And it may make your book even get more higher reviews and more reviews.
Well, that is the power of a review. When I don't even go to a restaurant before reading
Right.
the reviews. I read the reviews on everything. So having people to review your book, and you want to make sure you've written a good book. You don't want to ask someone, do a review for me. Please give me a good review. And they're going, whoa, this book is lousy. They
Right.
don't want to give you, they don't in good conscience want to give you a review. So you need to have a good book, especially if you know that people are going to review your book. So if you put a book out there that's not a good book and all the reviews you're getting is, 2s and 3s, and Natalie's right. You have some people that are just not going to be happy regardless. But when you start getting a lot of people that give you negative reviews, then you have to say it is the quality of the book. And this is the reason that even if you're going to self-publish yourself, make sure you've got a good edit in there. Make sure your cover is good. Make sure your content is good. Make sure you know your subject that you're writing on. So writing is not complicated, but there is a special formula you need to have in order to publish a good book that people are going to want to pick up. They're going to want to read, and again, that's the importance of having a review, because if it has a bad review, and I've learned so much just from travel and, looking at all the, vacation and, say, Natalie, you spoil me. Now I'm only looking for 4 and 5-star reviews now. I don't stay at 3. Oh no. So I've learned, but again, that's what you're looking for. If you want quality, and that's what people want. If they're going to buy a book, they want to make sure someone else has, done the Mikey thing. They've tried it out and it's a good book before they spend their dollars on it.
Yeah. And that's a good point, Jessie, because some people say, oh, but editing's expensive. But do you know what's harder and more expensive? When people read those bad reviews and they're not buying your books because of those reviews. So take the time, take the money. If you have to save, sell something, whatever you have to do, and make sure your editing and your formatting are done correctly. Come have a talk with Jessie and I. Our pricing, we have packages that put everything together that can take you from an idea to international bestseller. And then we have little individual packages that if you only need formatting, if you only need editing, or if you only need a book launch, we can do that for you.
Well, and this is where another point if you're writing a book and you say, well, I can't afford to put a lot of money into this project. Well, you have to go back to your goals.
Right.
What is it you want from your book? As I said before, if you just want the bucket list to say that I've written a book, then you really don't need to invest in blogs and reviews, and you just want to use it for your own personal use, then that's sort of up to you. But if you want something that a book that you can use at an event, or you use in your, now I'm a martial artist, if you're going to use it in your martial arts program, you're going to use it to build your schools or whatever, you really need to have some good goals. What are your financial goals from being able to want to write that book because everything that we're sharing with you is how do you become successful? Not how do you just launch and get it done, but how do you become successful? And we've already looked at everything that you need to do to become successful. How do you build a 5-6 figure revenue from your book or event projects? How do you bring that together? So a book is a great tool to be able to open the door to your business, to your personal life, to the community, and it is great. But the things that we've covered in here today, about your reviews, about your email list, all those things are really critical. Natalie, so I guess we're going to our last topic, and that is talking about the author event and book fairs.
Yeah, well, I'm going to just jump back to reviews really quick. I only mentioned Amazon, but there's many other areas, like get your books to a book blogger. There's blanking on Goodreads, and then BookBub that you can put your book up on and ask for reviews. And that is where you want to make sure you're editing, you're formatting, everything is good in your book, and there's good content, because these reviewers will give good, honest reviews. But yes, going to author events. If there are events that make sense with your book topic, go and grab a table at the back and sell copies, signed author copies at the back. Have your own book signing, especially when your book launches. Have a live launch, invite friends and family over. And you can even, I think, Jessie, you did this, you had a live launch, but you also featured it in a live stream, right?
Right. Yes.
Gwen's, yeah, for sure. I remember.
Yeah. And we actually have one coming up this weekend. We're launching the updated book of the Who's Who in the Martial Arts. Mm-hmm. So, that's going to be, we were in Vegas. That was a live event. So now for people that didn't make it to Vegas, or the new people that we've added to the book, so now we're having an online event coming up this weekend. And in this online event, we're bringing everything we did from Vegas, from seminars and everything back into this. So you're really not limited by the opportunities you can have. And Natalie, this past weekend, I was at an event with my wife. She has a compilation book. It's a Christian compilation book coming out. And we were at this expo, and she's looking to get about 30 ladies to be a part of the book just from this expo. We got, I think, probably about 15 to 20 ladies that sound very committed that they want to be a part of it. If you go to, even if your book hasn't released and you go to an e-book event, a book expo, take your vertical banner, take your notepad, take your square. People come up, they want to pre-order your book. So these events are not just for if you have already published your book. These events are also if you're publishing your book and your book is a part of a pre-sale.
Yeah, I was just looking if I had my card and I don't. Another great way is if you're attending an event and don't have a table, but you're going to be meeting new people, is make a nice little thing about your book. It can be just a 4x6 card, and put that QR code that it will drive them to your launch page, or your landing page, that they can get a copy, a pre-sale copy, or become a part of the book itself.
Yeah, that's a good idea, of having some form of store up or pre-sale so people can buy your book. So when you're announced to someone that you have a book coming out, the first question they're going to ask you is, how do I get a copy of your book? Well, it's going to be coming out in December. I'll let you know when it comes out. Well, you probably have already lost that sale opportunity. But if you have a sales store or a landing page with a link where they can go and purchase your book, and just tell them, well, I'm going to send you a signed copy of the book when it releases. They will probably go and pre-purchase this book and your book may not be coming out for 3 or 4 months.
And that's another reason to come talk to us. We make beautiful author websites that will showcase your book, your mission, about you, about your project, if it is a compilation book. And that way you've got somewhere secure to start selling your book even before it's written.
Yeah, you're right, Natalie. So remember, everyone has a story. You just have to be able to get it out. And, start right in the beginning. And that is, it's signs, you may want to fumble around on Amazon, but remember, by the time you do that, you could have written 3 or 4 books. By the time you find the system, and by the time you figure the system out, and the average person sells about 50 books. Now, we want your goals to be that selling your first 500 books, selling your first 1,000 books. Don't think about, and a lot of people don't even think about how many books they're going to sell. They just publish, and whatever they get is whatever they get. But when you come to attain, like Elite Publications, we take in consideration what your goals are, what your budget is, how much you invested. We work on helping you get your money back, so that when you are with Elite Publications and the Gifts of Legacy, we're always looking out for you. And you are our client. We want you to win, because when you win, we win. So, if you're thinking about publishing a book, and if the tips we've given you today is something you feel that would impact your journey as an author, then remember, reach out to us. Natalie?
Yeah. So think about this. I'm a numbers girl. And if, say, you came and you spent $5,000 to get your book done properly, do you know if you sold your book for, say, $24, that it would take about 250 books to get your money back for what you paid? So it is worth playing with your numbers, having a way to pre-sale books, and doing it right with publishers that will guide you to a system that will take you through the areas that, if you're not a publisher, most people don't know the little nuances that you can add to a book launch to get you seen more, or get more categories directed to your ideal readers. So we'd love to talk to you. And we're going to continue with this topic next week, because we have so much information to share. And it really is an important topic, how to market your book.
So everyone, if you're looking on publishing, or you just need general information, time is value. So, let us know. We'll set up a time to talk to you about your book, take an evaluation of your book, and, help you to determine what's the best way for you to be able to publish your book. How do you meet your financial goals of publishing your book? And Natalie, once you publish your book, there's a continued revenue if you will continue to market your book.
Absolutely.
And that's what we have. We have the marketing tools and tips. We created so much success from our book series. That's why we even started Elite Publications, because we wanted to share with others how you can create a financial revenue that can change your life because you are an author. So remember, go to our website, elitepublications.org. That's Elite Publications with an S on the end, .org. And, we have a beautiful website. It's just been remodeled. Check it out. Give us a review. Look at some of the other authors that are on the website that published their books, who are international best-selling authors. We can help you make a difference in the world through your book. So remember, this is Jesse Bowen with Elite Publications, and my co-host Natalie McQueen with Gifts of Legacy. Everyone, be blessed. We'll see you next week.
Bye for now.